ARESxGOD here, and we have to talk about Overlord again. This episode had a lot of things I like in anime. Showcase of power, a very honorable fight that literally changed the world with huge implications, repercussions, going everywhere. But somehow, same as previous episode, Elnix or Jerkin, if I ever wanna call him, the Emperor still stole the show for me, especially that last scene. I understand him so much. That was the best scene in the entire episode. Of course, the fight was fun. Getting to see Ainz showcasing a bit of his power, but Jerkniv, you're one of the best characters in Overlord. So let's get into it and talk about this episode. Now, last episode ended with the start of the fight between Ainz and the warrior king. But before that, we get to see the events that led up to this fight, with Ainz thinking how to progress further. He still has a lot of things to consider, especially who was in possession of that world item that manipulated Shaltir, which we still don't really know. I'm curious about those Godkins also we saw last episode. Then slowly forming a plan and next moves, thinking about the carrot and the stick, needing to promote himself and the sorcerer kingdom, so going through everything he has to do to move forward. And also another character that I liked in this series, and even Ainz appreciated, has to be the guildmaster, which I gotta give him a lot of credit. He was the one that proposed the fight, spending time with Ainz over there, helping him, actually questioning his decisions, offering his advice, even though he was a bit shocked how fast they crossed the border over there. And he was the one that inspired Ainz, so to say, planning to scout adventurers, even create a school or an institution to have new adventurers, not just scout current ones, actually grow their own adventurers, so to say, nurture them in their own words. And this is how the fight at the Colosseum came to be. He had a connection with one of the promoters. We're gonna talk a bit about that guy also. He was basically the one that set everything up, and I like how Ainz appreciated him for questioning him, so to say, questioning his decisions, offering his input, because his other subjects, let's say Albedo, Demiurge, and so on, they all take his word as the word of God. They never question, or even if they question, they think it's part of this master plan, so to say. Always, meanwhile, Ainz is just going along with everything. He still has his plans, but he is not this mastermind that everyone considers him to be, especially in that last scene. But yeah, I gotta give a lot of credit to the guildmaster. Like I said, hopefully we're gonna see more of him, especially I hope the others also start accepting him, but that's gonna be interesting. And I like how Ainz after their conversation teleported him back like a tool. Oh, I'm gonna summon you next time I need you. For now, go and relax. But also, speaking of tools, we have Fladder or Budget Gandalf being like very subservient, gathering information on the Empire for his rewards, that he got a Book of the Dead. But he couldn't really read it, so Ainz gave him a monocle which allowed him to read a bit, and he was just completely lost, reading about souls, how they're made from the same source. Basically the afterlife, in a way. Don't really know the full context of that book. Is it an actual book or some comic book? I don't know, we'll see. But he was really enthralled by that book. He even got a bit sad when I just give me back that monocle. I only have one of them. You need to learn to read. Until you can read without it, you're not gonna get your reward. You're nothing without your suit, so I'm taking it back. Insert your Tony Stark meme. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna see more Fladder. I'm curious what's gonna happen when Fladder comes face to face with the Emperor, since his betrayal. That's gonna be interesting, even more after the last scene in this episode. Now, like I said, the promoter, he was very interesting, also very smart, or at least had really good detecting skills. And this mysterious rabbit man, rabbit girl. I don't know. I don't know what gender she or he is, but the rabbit person kind of got me interesting because he or she knew that Ainz was very dangerous. Even the promoter trusted the rabbit person to get a feel for the sorcerer king. Now there was in his house there was a collection of weapons. This mysterious sword with rune. Even Ainz got interested in it. Apparently, it's from the Dwarf Kingdom. Could it be new other players that have brought runes to the world? Even Ainz started thinking about it. We still don't really have an answer if there's another player besides Ainz into this world, or there are other players before him, currently with him. With a lot of the big questions surrounding the world, we don't really have them even after 3 seasons. Hopefully we're gonna get some of the answers. Now this is where Heinz lied as naturally as he breathed because the promoter wanted some information, how capable of a fighter he is, how some reassurances that nothing is gonna happen if he loses, since he's the ruler of a kingdom, not to start a war. He gets those. And also Heinz, like I said, lied, saying that the spell he used to kill all of those people, it's a once per 10 years spell. I can't really use it anymore, so it's okay. Yeah, of course. I believe you very much. Now, Heinz also wants to know if the Warrior King is stronger than Gazev Stronov, which from what I've seen, I don't think he is. They probably have the same honor also, which I liked quite a lot, but we'll talk more about the Warrior King when we get to the fight. So the fight is arranged on its way, and like I said, that rabbit person was very scared of him, and we see that Osk prefers Gagaran. That's his type in woman. I don't know if anything is gonna happen between them, but who knows. And he also has a very close relationship with the Warrior King, thanking him for keeping all his promises, which I'm very curious. Hopefully we're gonna find out some history between them, and especially of the Warrior King. Now, I gotta say, I like Nix, like I said, quite a lot. Throughout the fight, while they were fighting, he was like a cheerleader there, either cheering for Heinz or for the Warrior King. Poor dog didn't know which side to land on. I get you, Nix. I really get you. Now, the war troll, I gotta say, he's very honorable, respectable. He's kind of the exception of his people. Even he said so, because his people belittle others with very long names, and Heinz has a very long name. And slowly Heinz started taking a liking to him when they introduced themselves to each other, even shaking hands. And they made sort of a bet before the fight: if Heinz wins, Gogin, that's his name, is gonna become his subordinate, or if Gogin wins, he gets to eat Heinz to sort of absorb his power. I don't know if he actually has that capability, or it's just a belief: if you eat something stronger than you also become stronger. It's probably that, but who knows, that might be an ability. Insert slime over here. I really miss slime anime also. But yeah, now we have the fight starting, and Gogin actually put a decent fight, even though he was completely outclassed, despite all of the restrictions that Heinz had. No magic for the fight, that's what he agreed with the promoter. He even put more restriction of himself, not to use a lot of his skills, not to use magic items. He was just playing along with the fight, even though he was getting slammed into the ground a bit. He was able to touch Gogin, actually put a negative debuff on him, negative energy, weakness effect, even with all of the limitations he had. He actually started using daggers, disables one of his arms very easily, so he was really in full control of that fight, and Gogin knew it. He was outclassed there, but he still wanted to fight, give it his all. I like how honorable he was there. Now, Heinz was also trying to please the crowd because of the plan he had to recruit adventurers and things like that. and we finally get to see the Warrior King's face. And I gotta say, he looks really good, like that scruffed, seasoned warrior that has been through many things, has seen many things, has fought many battles, which I really like that look into a character. Reminded me a lot of World of Warcraft, a lot of the orcs from there. So I gotta say, I'm really liking Gogin, his design, his personality. Hopefully we're gonna see more of him. Now Heinz asked him, do you really have a technique that's able to fight against me? He said no, but he kind of lied there. Of course, that's a technique, also lying to catch your opponent by surprise. Even Heinz was a bit caught off guard, trying to use his aura of despair at only level 1, but Godgin used every skill at his disposal. The flow time acceleration, slashes. He slammed Heinz again into the ground, but Heinz just that casual hand touch, just walking by, cold touch of death, took care of him very easily, and then told him the reality, the harsh truth, that there's no way for him to win. He was facing somebody much greater than him. The HP difference literally is level 100, and this is where I started liking Gogin quite a lot more. Him starting to see what he's against, recognizing, and even despite all of that, when he asked, tell me, am I weak? And Heinz just going on, yes, even with all of the restrictions that I put on myself, not using magic items, not using all of my skills, you're probably the strongest in the Empire, but I'm the strongest in the world. So we are worlds apart over there. And he was more than correct. He probably could have snapped his fingers and destroyed him over there. And Gogin saying, yes, this feeling is very fun, knowing that there's always somebody stronger than you. This is where I started liking him even more. Despite all of that, he still wanted to push forward and fight. He's a true warrior at heart. And even Heinz admitting to himself, yes, I also know that feeling. Despite how we have seen him being way overpowered so far, he still considers one of his old guildmates, Touch-san, looking up to him, stronger than him. Now, maybe Touch-san was stronger than him or a bit more skilled at the game. I'm really curious what's gonna happen if we actually get to see Touch at some point. Are they gonna fight? Are they gonna work together? That's gonna be interesting. Again, probably one of the biggest stories of the world. Are there other players? And I don't know. Or maybe I'm a bit biased, but would Touch be really that much stronger than Heinz? Or was it just Heinz's admirations for Touch? Something to think about. I'm curious what you guys think, especially about this question. Now I like that slow walk, just going to him, dagger to the chest, activate, and instantly killed him. Reminded me a bit of Misfit of Demon King Academy, another really fun series with an overpowered character. He wins. And this is where we have the big announcement, the main purpose of this fight, announcing to the Empire, to the world, that he plans to start these adventure institutions or pool to raise up adventurers, but not for war, and making a point. I have already proven that I don't need more power, I'm already strong enough just to raise new adventurers, and also scout the current ones, and proving even more that he can go even against death, resurrecting Gogin. And that's probably gonna have a lot of implication with resurrection being available in the world. That's especially, I'm curious how the Slain Theocracy is gonna react to this revelation. They're the more religious ones, and you have this undead evil personified, how they see it, being able to resurrect somebody. I'm really curious what's the reaction there is gonna be after everything they have witnessed. Remember last episode that Nyx asked them, hey, I know the Alliance went to shit, but stay around and watch the fight to see if there's any weaknesses. That's gonna be an interesting report they're gonna have going back. Now, after this was the best scene in the entire episode. we have Heinz going to talk to Lynx just to say his goodbyes, to be a bit humble there. This entire fight was just luck. We never knew who was gonna win at some point. Of course, Heinz, of course, we never knew. Of course, it was luck. And Lynx instantly, "Hey, Sorcerer Kingdom!" screaming his lungs out. "I want the Empire to become a vassal state." Poor dude. And we got to see the inner thoughts of Heinz. What the fuck is a vassal state? He doesn't even know that. And he is decent, all-powerful mastermind. Now, he refuses because he didn't really know how to handle the situation, but of course plays it off. This is why Overlord is great. One of the reasons why the series is great, saying this is very important. We need for it to be in writing to see what type of a vassal kingdom you want to be. And this is why I love Nick so much. Porto started going into overdrive, overthinking everything. Hey, wait, maybe he refused because it went against his plans. Maybe he wanted to perform an experiment on the Empire. Maybe this, maybe that. And one of the guards, the huge dude, maybe he didn't think of anything. You have no idea how correct you are. Alex was in panic mode, saying he's gonna do his best to at least have some independency, and he doesn't know if his life is gonna be safe, gonna survive for he put so much pressure into him. I love you, Nix. I love you. I hope you get some breathing room. I don't know, but you started losing your hair, the bags under his eyes. He probably has hypertension right now. Man, he needs to go to some beach to relax or something. I love you, Nix. I really hope at some point Nix and Heinz are gonna have a more friendly relationship, as Nix is not always gonna be at the boiling point every time he is near Heinz. But yeah, overall, again, a really fun episode. I'm curious what you guys think about all of the implications that have started. The world is literally changing after this fight. I'm curious how many are gonna accept that offer from Heinz. Elnix also, let me know what you thought about Elnix, the warrior king. Gogin now is gonna have to be a subordinate of Heinz. Hope we're gonna see more of him. He's gonna be a great addition to Nazarick. Again, I'm having so much fun with the series. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments down below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. And you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Overlord. I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.